course you didn't see me. I'm just hiding out here in the 4 dunes of Kelkel. My coordinates are 33.7721 south, 1512899 east. I'm hiding here because of the big waves bashing against the sand over there. But what is sand? Well, it's quite simple actually, it's just rock broken down by erosion. Things like water don't only break down the rock, but they also move it. Here in the northern beaches, the wind blows in a northeasterly direction frequently. This means that waves also move northeast, carrying with it sand and rock. These rocks are smashed against each other as waves break, creating sand in a process called attrition. Then it is carried by the wave in whichever direction the wind pushes it. It's why local beaches like Kelkel have these big areas of sand gathering toward the northern end. This process of movement is called longshore drift. In the past we would try to stop it by building big seawalls and all sorts of things so we could build real estate across the entire length of the beach. But nowadays it's argued over whether that's a good idea. That's why beaches like Kelkel only have a small seawall on its southern end, which probably won't ever be a problem because it's protected against the northeasterly winds by the southern hill. It's more popular nowadays anyway to use natural nourishment methods, like sand dune replenishment for example. Because sand dunes, they diffuse the energy over a larger surface area, whereas things like seawalls deflect the energy right into the bed sand, which churns it up and then breaks it down, creating large trenches across the entire length of the beach. Kelkel doesn't have many man-made structures yet, it's still under threat. But why? We've hardly touched it. Maybe we should compare Kelkel to another beach before we judge its state. Unlike Kelkel Beach, we'll see Venice is very long and flat. This would suggest that longshore drift isn't as common here in America. However, if you look closely, just before the canals over here, there's a groin. And that groin is catching all the longshore drift that is still occurring. So, it's just as common in America as it is in Australia. But hang on a second. Well, if you look at Venice, they've got all sorts of cool things. Cafes, hotels, even a skate park for goodness sake. So why the hell can't we have that back in Australia? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back and I'm going to build a big hotel. And I'm going to have cafes and I'm going to build a skate park and a roller coaster and all sorts of really cool things. And then everyone's going to build their houses right on the sand and I'll be famous and it'll be awesome. Said Rory. Didn't turn out too well for him, didn't he? But it is a good question though. Why is it that they can build all these cool things along their beach, whereas if we build the slightest thing on our beach, boom, the whole beach is gone. Just dead like that. Well, it's partly because of the waves that we received compared to the ones that they receive. You see, in Venice, they only receive small 1-foot constructive waves, meaning they carry more sand to the beach than they do take away. Whereas here in Kelkel, it's just bam, 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 all the bad weather coming straight at the same time, destroying them. It's why Kelkel is so steep and thin, whereas Venice Beach is wide, massive, flat. Kelkel will probably never be as well developed as Venice Beach, and it's probably best we don't try anything crazy. Even the natural sand dunes need constant monitoring. Species of weeds and plants have been introduced which give the dunes structural integrity. If it weren't for these, they'd be destroyed. Venice Beach and Kelkel Beach are two very different beaches. Kelkel is delicate, held together by spinifex weeds, whereas Venice Beach is an epicenter for constructive waves and sand production. Both governments, Australian and American, have done the best they can to preserve and protect these natural beauties.